use, he said we need, yeah, we need to use now. So three of you.
Three of us, yeah.
Wala din. Pinto.
Satu lagi, Ismi pegang buat Ismi ngomong. Di luar di. Oh ya, di sini berarti. Yang jaga di luar siapa ya? Masuk. Satu persatu tuh nya. Nggak ada di dapur. Aku iya, Gia sama Ismi standby duduk di mana?
Kayak Mali dia harus satu.
Oke, di sini.
Sama Kongo di sini.
Karena dia ada kerasa.
Oh, dia kan di sana nggak?
Di wali kota ya.
Oh, oh iya ya, oke Mali. Iya di sini. Ada Ismi Mali. Ya. Cek.
Cek, cek.
But another must everyone else. Yeah.
Cek. Oke. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ya good morning or good afternoon everyone. Wait, I should check my phone first. Yeah. We supposed to eat the Palestinian soil today that you already ate, but unfortunately the soil have been stuck in the airport immigration. So on behalf of Palestinian soil, Jatiwangi sacred soil represent them on the summit, and then it's already in your stomach. So thank you everyone who is agreed to coming today. We feel very honored and moved by your willing to gather in here today after this long process. A good-hearted and solidarity you have shown are really matters. And I will add another things for the text because I think today the Mercury is entering the Gemini season, and then it means it will be a chaos. As long as we believe that this summit also is not only about the relation between human, but also with others than humans, with the cosmology. So I think I will embrace it that to believe that hopefully it will be a beautiful chaos in the summit. So yeah, and hopefully we can have a good heart and solidarity. So let's start the summit with the list of thank you. First of all, like to the, of course, to the artistic teams that represent now by Ade Darmawan and Gertrude Flens, and also from the Documenta team, all the teams, all the art handling supporters, curator assistant, etc. Sobat-sobat that make this happen, and also for the
Yeah. Sorry. Sit there.
the our mandate receivers that comes now. I think here's there is from the UNESCO delegation of Germany, Indonesian delegation permanent in UNESCO, and also from the Goethe Institute. Our vice mayor of Majalengka also come here. Also the mayor of Segu also come here, and also from the Stitching Dune also come here, and all the on from the embassy, Indonesian embassy, and all the presenter like Saudat Ismailova and Dafra Research Groups, Mediuluk, Tisna Sanjaya, Mas Arte Mas Action with the ecosystem, and then represented by Os and Fausto, and Ming Hao and Jenjun, Mama Fun from Lakwat Kujawas, and Good School, Question of Funding, Nur Salim Yaud Yadi Anugrah from Borneo, and then there is Head Village from Indonesia, from Panggung Harjo, Wah Pak Ayudi, and then from Kebumen, Pak Eri, and also from Dorf 22 from Kassel, and from the Ancient Poso Lake, Guardians and Institute Mosin Tuwu, Lian Gogali, and also PM Toh. There is Eka from Kahe, from Maumere, Indonesia, and then Inland, Foundation Festival Surleniger, CATPC from Congo, Intermundial Holobiente, and Anahi Marulian from Mapuche, and all the observers that comes and all the other participants that comes here. Really thank you, and really glad to be here. And I will give the mic to Arif, the founder of Jatiwangi Art Factory, to also please to welcoming you all.
Okay, Ais. Thank you. Terima kasih telah hadir di sini. Thank you very much. Please close your eyes first. 1 minute. Thank you for your coming.
The New Role Agenda Conference is a gathering which tries to suppose a cultural strategy as the main part of the perspective of developing a sustainable areas, living space, while simultaneously imagining that the rural areas with their intelligence and knowledge of the inhabitants and their ecosystem as a reference for the future. This is possible for us regardless of the context in which we are located, whether it is a big city, a small town, a suburbs, or in any part of it, and whatever we call it. Thus, the New Rural Agenda Summit, which was initiated by grassroots with the participation of the policymakers, local community, artists, communities, and of course the other than human delegates as fellow inhabitants of the earth, is intended to voicing various kind of shared future agendas. This conference will focus on, first, considering the position of the village as a lumbung of wisdom, as well as at the forefront of cultivating culture as a sustainable way of life. Second, being part of an interlocal network where there is room for mutual care, respect, and dialogues between the diversity of practice in managing resource and culture as a reference for mutual safety. Third, to become a medium for all inhabitants to speak out and express their agency as a concrete paradigm for the crisis the world is experiencing. As you see in here, in this table, in these rooms, there is present not only as a human, but also the other than human. There is a soil from various places in Indonesia, various village in the world, from Mali, from Colombia, from Congo, from Palestine on the way, and also from 100 villages from Poso, also the waters, the woods, the herbs, and also there is a soil from the Awe Park, the compost heaps, and the tea from Mali and others delegation. So the Neuro agenda, it will have 3 chapters. We'll focus in first chapter. It will be, we call it the multi-species storytelling, will focus on the process of feeling and hearing and seeing all the activities that can be carried out by our body sensory system, the atmosphere, the actual condition of ecosystem, and the habitat of the earth. That's why this summit will be maximize our multi-sensories or our sense. So it will be not so many translation, but then we will using our body to understand each others. And the second chapter, we will see together the role of the local communities, artists, indigenous local communities with their respective agencies, and methods have been fair and knowledge ethics experiment that have been carried out by various initiatives in various regions of the world. And then the last chapter, the final stage, it will be combination of the summit, was reading the new rural agenda charter after going through various process over the past year, followed by the handling of the mandates who those are willing to work together with us in networks.
Terima kasih Jatiwangi Art Factory and semuanya also here. Thank you Jatiwangi Art Factory and also everyone here. I know them since I know Arif and also a few others from Jatiwangi is even before Ruang Rupa actually. Ruang Rupa started in 2000 and then Jatiwangi started in 2005. They helped us as well when we did fundraising, I remember. Sorry, I will take this opportunity to tell a story, but personal, how I feel like very lucky to witnessing their initiative from scratch in a small village. When I said small, it's not because Indonesia is big, so it's like it's not like small. It's quite big actually in your scale, mostly. But really initiated from rooted and really work with the villagers, with the workers of roof tiles. Jatiwangi, it's like 3-4 hours from Jakarta. So I'm witnessing how it's actually. It's not big, but it's really also expand, and also how they work with with everyone's, not only artists' art or like artworks is actually, as we know, it is actually just like small part of it, but like really the relation of how friendships and also and then slowly later become like quite a really expanding into more systematic and also really touch a lot of people and also in a power structure, which is this is really important also for them, how they play, how they shuffle the power structure in the village, but also surrounding it. I really also feel that this is also very important, how they slowly also become really connect with different villages and also initiative around Indonesia, and also for this one really connect also with other initiative in many parts of the world, because this is sort of like a new also chapter. I was like always reminding them, please not too ambitious. But this conversation is amazing. Ismail talking about beautiful chaos. I think hopefully it will transform here, because if you really want to see it, you should come to Jatiwangi. I think that's the real beautiful chaos. I will stop here and then I will give the mic to my friend Gertrude.
Thank you. This was my friend Ade from Rupa, for those who didn't know. Yeah, I just want to follow Ade that when I met Jatiwangi Art Factory in 2014 for the first time, we were with a whole network of independent artists initiatives from Africa, Asia and Latin America, Arts Collaboratory, and I think going there everything fell into place, because for years we have been discussing how to combine cultural, ecological economic agendas, how to work from the agency of the community and of the land. And I think in Jatiwangi Art Factory we saw that it organically fell together, and this is what we all wanted to reach. And I think working in the Lumbung since the past 3 years, there are many others like the Festival sur le Niger, Inland, Mazarte Mazaction and others that work in a similar way. So this conference is not only built on the work of Jatiwangi Art Factory long term, but also on very intense discussions in the Lumbung for the last 2 and 3 years, and it will also continue to move on because the building of the Lumbung is a long-term endeavor. And Jatiwangi Art Factory has been visiting many of the members and will continue to do so. So we are also building this kind of school on how to work with regenerative land policies. And I think there's a lot to learn for us in Europe and all over the world. And yeah, really looking forward to this conference that is not honoring only the human, but also the other than human, and also not only the verbal, but other ways of experiencing this new rural agenda. Thank you.
So in the front of us together today, beside the soil from our park, like it's quite visible here, also there is a dying trees. Like the our park is kind of the important archive or witness for the effort of man conquest the natures, and also the dying trees over here, like where you can see the environmental issues and climate change have caused a tremendous imbalance. But of course, what is offered today is not just a sadness, but also the roles of the community that will be in the second chapters. And yeah, and I also want to thank you to all the observers that come today. That is from my village, from Foaflax, from another publics, from Oak, Huis, and also the visual harvester, George Clarks. And also there is Mbak Ami, also the observer from Indonesia. And we will start the first chapter, the multi-species storytelling.
got beautiful birds here, and we've got plants here, medicinal plants. Even people from Limpopo, they came here. The Sangomas
Yeah.
came here to dig some medicine.
And how did you learn about the plant?
I like plants. Every year in my life, I plant trees, flowers. You can see my house there.
Okay.
A lot of trees and flowers.
Yeah.
I plant something.
Yeah.
I like plants. I like nature. That's why you see me outside. That's why you see me like fishing, bathing, botany, and now I'm at the Bakoni District, the archaeology.
Hentikan perang, seni daya, lakukan perubahan dari kekerasan menjadi damai, peace, no more. Ni leader Creek, peace. Peace. Halo, sorry Sulaiman, salam utama. No more war. Hentikan perang. Peace. Allahumma sholli sholatan kamilatan wa salim salaman taman ala sayyidina Muhammadin alladhi tanhalu bihil uqadu wa tanfariju bihil qurub wa tuqdo bihil hawaiju wa tunnalu bihil rogoibu wa husnul hawatimi wa istasqali. Peace. No more war. Peace. Peace. Allahumma sholli sholatan. Peace. Damailah. sikap ini. Allahumma sholli salatan ala sayyidina Muhammadin alladhi tanhalu bihil qulub bihil qurub wa tanhalu husnul khawatimi wa yustasqu bihil ghamam biwajhil karim wa ala alihi wa sahbihi kulli lamhat wa nafasin Allahumma sholli salatan
Proud of that, yes, proud of that. From Machado drop
Yes.
down, from Boven, my place, from Dalstrom
Yes.
down to Leidenberg, and then from proud of that, yes, proud of that. From Machado drop
Yes.
down, from Boven, my place, from Dalstrom
Yes.
down to Leidenberg, and then from
黑颈鹤叔叔，笑一笑，满足吧，乐一乐，好好享受，拜三拜。明年从南方回来的时候，请给我带一把珊瑚，我会给你一把人参果，给黑颈鹤唱歌。
Uncle Black-necked Crane, have a smile, be content, have fun, enjoy yourself. Bow for 3 times. Next year, when you return from the south, please bring me a handful of coral, and I will give you a hand of ginseng fruit. Sing for the black-necked cranes.
Hola. Voy a leerles un poema que adapté del himno nacional de Colombia. En surcos de abandono, el hambre germina ya. Primer lamento. No cesó la horrible noche. La despiadada miseria dispara balas de su vencida esperanza. La familia entera, entre llantos, implora. Comprende el desespero del que murió de hambre. Segundo lamento. Tengo hambre, grita el pueblo abandonado. Se alimenta de falsas promesas. La tierra de nadie. Pero esta gran verdad: el político es soberano, roba, y los que padecen maldicen su existencia. Tercer lamento. Del cuarto a la cocina. Se colma de miseria, de muerte y llanto. Se ve una vida partir. En Colombia no saben las vidas ni los fantasmas
si esperanza o desazón. Resistir o consumirse. Muchas gracias.
Somos vida. Él es vida. Vengo de un lugar de selva tropical, mares, ríos, aire puro. Un lugar mágico de libertad. Él es un árbol que se está muriendo de Alemania. Podemos.
So that's the first chapters of New Rural Agenda Summit, multi-spatial storytelling from Saudat Ismailova and Dafra research groups, Made You Look, Tisna Sanjaya, Min Hao, and Jen Jianjun, Mas Arte Mas Action with the ecosystem, The Dying Trees, the poems by Aus and the speech by Fausto. And then we will be in the second chapters. The land is not empty. There will be the presenter from Mama Fan from Lakwat Kujawas, representative from Molo community, Central East Timor, Indonesia, from Good School, from Question of Funding, from Nur Salim Yadi Anugrah and Panggung Harjo Head Village and Head Village of Eri Listiawan, and the Dorf 22, the interlocutor of Sidat from ancient Poso Lake, and PM Toh Lian Gogali from Institut Mosintowo from Poso Lake Guardian, Eka from Kahe Momere, Indonesia, Art Collaboratory School, Foundation Festivals Reniger, Inland, and CITPC Congo.
Isu pangan menjadi salah satu yang menurut kami penting karena ke depan dengan berbagai tantangan dan krisis, sebenarnya makanan lokal dengan kemampuan beradaptasi di tanah tempat kotong tinggal itu akan menjawab berbagai tantangan, terutama tantangan pangan, sehingga mengumpulkan kembali benih-benih lokal, menanam kembali.
Selamat siang untuk semua. Terima kasih. Saya Marlina Nao, boleh dipanggil Linda atau Mama Fun.
I'm translating. Hi,
lawas. Kami bergerak di isu tentang pangan lokal, pengarsipan masyarakat adat.
They come from a small place in the mountains, and they focus on local resources and food, and also the local community.
Bicara tentang pangan lokal, kita juga bicara tentang kekayaan alam dan juga kebudayaan.
When we are talking about local food and local resources, we are talking also about culture and about togetherness.
Kebudayaan lokal sendiri sudah mengambil pangan dan menghadirkan pangan di tengah-tengah seluruh lingkaran kehidupan.
Food as a local resource and local culture, it's something that goes around all of life and be center of it.
Di sini saya mau mengajak semua bahwa kita harus mengkonsumsi pangan lokal karena dengan
selamat datang kembali di
mengkonsumsi pangan lokal berarti dengan sendirinya kita menyadari bahwa hutan sangat penting untuk kehidupan kita.
Untuk dibagikan kepada teman-teman anak-anak Hijaz yang biasanya datang
invite everybody to consume local resources, because with that we are aware of the power and of the importance of forestry.
Pangan lokal sendiri biasanya banyak didapat dari hutan. Bagi kami orang Molo, hutan sangat penting bagi kehidupan kami. Seperti tanah, bagi kami adalah daging, hutan sendiri adalah rambut, paruh, jantung, dan juga batu adalah tulang bagi kami. Dan juga darah, air adalah darah bagi kami.
For us, the forestry is very important. The forest is our heart, our lung. The soil is our flesh. Water is our blood. And the rocks are our body.
Bicara tentang tanah, bagi kami juga tanah adalah ibu. Ibu yang merawat, ibu yang menggendong, bahkan ibu yang membesarkan kami.
To talk about soil in the forest, soil is like our mother, the mother who raises us, the mother who protects us.
Di sini saya mau bilang bahwa bagaimana kehidupan sekarang dengan generasi muda sekarang. Menurut saya bahwa banyak sekali ketimpangan pangan yang terjadi, bahkan ada stigma-stigma bahwa generasi muda sekarang sudah tidak mengenal pangan lokal lagi.
With this, I would like to talk. She would like to talk about the stigma of the new generation and their relationship with the local resources.
Dan menurut saya bahwa sebenarnya bukan masalah hilang atau lupa, bahkan generasi muda tidak diberi kesempatan dalam hal ini bahwa sekarang hutan pun sudah tidak ada. Bagaimana generasi muda mau mempertahankan identitas mereka, bagaimana generasi muda mau mempertahankan pangan lokal mereka, karena pangan lokal juga adalah satu identitas bagi kita.
The new generation didn't get the chance to even know how the relationship works between them and the local resources.
Pangan lokal adalah identitas bagi kita, seperti saya dari pegunungan Molo, dan di pegunungan sendiri tidak ada padi. Bagaimana kami harus dipaksa untuk mengkonsumsi beras, mengkonsumsi padi. Kami diberi stigma bahwa kami miskin. Miskin dalam hal ini bahwa kami tidak mengkonsumsi padi. Padahal identitas kami yang ada di Molo adalah pangan lokal yang ada seperti umbi-umbian, seperti jagung, seperti sorghum, bahkan banyak sekali makanan yang kami bisa ambil dari hutan itu sendiri.
The young generation didn't get the chance to know their identity because for them the food and the local resources are a part of their identity. They were told that they are poor because they couldn't grow rice, and they need to eat rice as a stigma in Indonesia. But on the other hand, they actually have lots of local resources such as roots and also corns, which could be their identity.
Banyak yang bilang bahwa pangan lokal adalah makanan kuno atau makanan jadul. Namun kami di Lakuatku Jawas sudah 2 tahun terakhir ini kami banyak bereksperimen dengan pangan lokal. Bahkan kami bisa membawa pangan lokal sendiri sampai hari ini tiba di Jerman juga.
Many people told them that using local resources and cooking traditional food is something very boring and very old-fashioned. But up until now, they have experimented with it, and right now you're eating food brought by them from their local community.
Kami juga di NTT khususnya, kami diberi stigma bahwa di NTT adalah stunting tertinggi. Menurut saya adalah satu kesalahan karena di NTT sendiri banyak sekali pangan lokal dan banyak sekali pangan lokal yang banyak gizi dan sebenarnya mudah didapat di lingkungan, di halaman rumah ataupun di kebun.
Okay. In their province, it was told that they have a low chance of growing food and have resources on their own, but actually they could also grow many things in their own gardens.
Untuk itu saya mengajak kita bahwa mari kita menghargai pangan lokal, mari kita mengkonsumsi pangan lokal karena satu hal yang baik untuk bagaimana kita mengkonsumsi pangan lokal bahwa dengan sendirinya kita mau menjaga hutan, kita mau melestarikan hutan, dan kita juga sudah mengambil bagian di dalam pelestarian alam itu sendiri. Terima kasih.
With that, she would like to ask all of us to consume from our local community, local resources, and with that we could help to restore and to care on our environment. Thank you very much.
Hello, everyone. My name is MG. I'm from Good School. Here is also one of Good School member, Ale. So I'm very happy here to meet you all, and I think we are all have the same feeling, yeah, because we meet new people, and we all know this is all the people are already here are very valuable people, beautiful people. So I would like to, together with you all, to share that also very precious and very important. It's a time. This one paper that we know it takes time to having here. So I would like to share this with you because time for us is very important. We already spending our time here. So here, as always Good School do, we try to share everything that we could together and also want to learn from anybody. So I would like to give this paper to all of you, and you can fill it with your pen, and then if you want, you already know who the one who like to share your time with, you can just give to them. But if you do not know yet which who you gonna share your time, we're gonna collect all, and then Good School and Jav will try to matchmaking. So this paper, the value is 15 minutes. So whenever you write here, because there is, you have to say a knowledge that you want and you can share. And also there is a question, a knowledge that you want to learn. Okay, Ale, would you help me to share this too? Unit 1 or 2? Okay, can 2? Or maybe just help me to pass by over there. You can grab one for 15 minutes, you can share, or maybe 2 if you want to share 30 minutes, or it doesn't matter. You just one and then you can share it the whole day, also okay. Sudah sampai belum? Can you pass it to there? Okay, thank you. Okay. So please write down the name, the institution, and also the role that you are in that institution. If there's any institution, if not, you also can say not. And then knowledge that I can share, knowledge that I want to learn, and then also put it time available for hangout while in castle. You can put it date, when is the date is, and hours, and also a phone number. So we are really very using time to empowering all the members, at least in our collective. There's only time that we can share immediately to them, and then the knowledge. So I think it's also the good time that we can share that time to everyone here, because I think we need to have a hangout more together. Oh, I have. Everybody really serious though. I don't like this exam. Thank you so much, everyone. So if you already feel it, you can just, after this, after we go out, you can just give it directly to the person that you want to, or if not, you can collect and put it to this table, in this table. So you can also use our place to hang out, to talk many things. Thank you very much.
Okay. I want to ask all of you or some of you to join Raya and Amani in the circle. We're gonna do some dabke moves. So, please, yes, if you want, please. Yes. If you want, please join. You will learn now. Go. Raya on the head. Yes. Go there. يعني خلص ما هي ريا كبرت فانت بدك Oh, bigger than. Yeah, follow Raya while I'm gonna be telling you about our new blockchain medium called Daira. جاهزين? Are we ready? Yeah. One. Funding is not an economic procedure that belongs exclusively to the neoliberal economy. In Palestine, for example, النقوط, which literally means dripping, is a practice for the community to fund itself in times of need and also prosperity. It is often used in weddings whereby a community brings different resources to the newlyweds as a way to help them cover their expenses. At the same time, it's expected that they are returned and paid back in the future to the next generation. In the last 40 years, much of the world has been dominated by the neoliberal financial apparatus. One of the manifestations of that apparatus is that money has become the main measure of wealth in any given society. It has also become the main medium of exchanging resources. Financial crises are part of the neoliberal economic cycles. They always put vulnerable communities in danger. When money becomes scarce, it becomes harder for communities to fulfill their needs and exchange their existing local resources. But the absence of money doesn't equate to the absence of resources, which are part of our communal wealth. These are human, material, natural, and intellectual resources that exist despite their monetary values.
Palestine is not different from the rest of the world. It has gone through financial and political engineering processes that make it severely dependent on international funding. Communities find themselves in perpetual economic and financial crisis, namely caused by the substantial reliance on external funding to operate and survive. Sustainability and resistance has always been a dominant concern among local grassroots organizations because the financial system in which they are working inevitably led to precarity and uncertainty. Therefore, engaging with economic questions and finding local models is essential for their own practice. Is it possible to create a funding economy beyond new liberal models? What can we learn from local economic mechanisms that rely on community efforts and collective resources? In line with our ever-evolving questions, and to better harness the vast resources that are continually stifled by the harsh economic and political realities in Palestine, our growing collective is building an economic model that materializes existing trust circles within specific communities. It is a funding system that inverts the existing funding processes. It begins with zero budget and builds up community capital through the circulation of resources. The capital becomes a local asset that stores value within the community.
Not having a measuring tape to measure a table doesn't mean the table does not exist. We only don't know its dimensions. Same goes for communal resources. Not having money to exchange them does not mean they don't exist or that they don't have value. Data is a medium that uses blockchain technology for circulating communal economic value by helping the community to measure and exchange the value of their local resources in the absence of money. It is an Arabic word meaning circle and circulating. It is a noun and a verb, where the act of sharing and moving local resources helps the community to maintain its wealth. Imagine, actually, don't imagine, just look around you. There is a financial crisis in society. The community has less money to exchange for their products and resources. Now let's imagine this scenario. Data allows individuals, small businesses, and organizations who are experiencing times of financial crises to make use of existing and future resources through trust systems based on blockchain technologies. This model expands on a community-governed economic system that will facilitate and connect local production from small cultural institutions, small businesses and creative industries, household economy and freelancers to foster social development and unity. This model not only aims to bypass the traditional and restrictive funding models, we call it liberating the money, that we have depended on so far, but also aims to enlarge the trust circles to ensure a resilient and supplementary economy through which different communities in crisis are able to nurture on their own terms. Thank you.
Loyong bang lemai meloro kunyit penyit jati karno kelapan tinggal urusan mai borang kelapan penyit
Jangan tinggalkan desa, karena desalah yang memberimu kehidupan. Pangan yang memberimu kekuatan adalah buah dari kebaikan tanah yang kami rawat di desa. Air yang menghidupi hari-harimu adalah kumpulan dari buliran air yang mengalir dari mata air yang kami jaga di desa. Udara yang setiap detik memberimu nafas adalah budi baik daun dari pohon-pohon yang kami muliakan di desa dan di hutan-hutan. Tanah, air dan udara yang kami rawat, kami jaga dan kami muliakan di desa adalah wujud penghormatan kami atas jiwa-jiwa yang dititipkan pada tubuhmu yang rapuh. Tanah, air dan udara yang kami rawat, kami jaga dan kami muliakan di desa adalah sebentuk cinta kami pada hidupmu dan masa depan kehidupanmu. Tanah, air dan udara yang kami dekap dalam lantunan doa adalah pengharapan agar semesta raya bergerak dalam harmoni dan keseimbangan. Berterima kasihlah kepada segala yang memberimu kehidupan. Dodo, tiro, dodo, Tiro kumitir berdah ing pinggir Tondomono Jlumatono kanggo sipo mengko sore mumpung padang rembulane mumpung jembar kalangane yo surao Jangan tinggalkan desa, karena desa memberi makna atas kehidupan melalui kebudayaan. Bagi desa, kebudayaan menjadi basis nilai yang mengatur hubungan manusia dengan manusia. Manusia dengan alam, dan manusia dengan penciptanya. Dalam situasi di mana semua tatanan sosial, ekonomi, dan politik terdekonstruksi karena pandemi, maka saat inilah kesempatan kita untuk membangun konstruksi baru dalam berelasi. Kebudayaan desalah yang kemudian mengajarkan bahwa puncak dari relasi sosial kita adalah kekeluargaan. Puncak dari relasi ekonomi kita adalah kerjasama dan solidaritas. Dan puncak dari relasi politik kita adalah musyawarah. Bagi desa, kebudayaan bukanlah sekedar ritus, tidak juga sekedar ekspresi. Kebudayaan desa adalah transenden sebagai satu sistem makna yang merekam relasi antara alam, manusia, dan sang pencipta, yang kemudian jejaknya tampak dalam simbol, lisan maupun tulisan, yang kesemuanya merujuk pada sosok ibu, rahim ibu, bahasa ibu, dan ruang kebudayaan ibu. Kebudayaan desa yang transenden adalah kebudayaan ibu bumi. Cerita dari desa adalah cerita tentang perjuangan menjaga nyala. Dan meski kerja jauh dari usai, serta pengharapan senantiasa lebih panjang daripada nafas, dari desa kan ku semai harapan ke depan. Dari desa kan ku tanam semangat berjuang. Dari desa kan ku pupuk rasa keadilan, panjang umur perjuangan. Lir ilir tandure usumilir ta ijo royo tak senggo temanten anyar tak senggo temanten anyar. We invite you to come to our village in Indonesia. We invite you to come to our village in Indonesia. We invite you to come to our village. We invite you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Matur nuwun. Matur nuwun. Kang, satu lagi. Oke. Spesial ya. Thank you. Thank you. Masih ada satu? Hah? Anyone? Okay. We invite you to come to our village. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Yes. Matur nuwun.
Iya.
bam bam bo yo On the mountain, on the Sulawesi, Indonesia, there is the lake on the top of the mountain. Okay, like that. Dum 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 dum. From the mountain, then there is wait. There is a river from the lake, 1,000 kilometers into the seashore. It is the river. Yahoo! And it is a river down. At least we'll find the sea. This is the sea. On the lake there is the fish, what we call cat fish. Yeah, but not exactly catfish. This is the catfish. Do one more. In the early morning, while the sun coming up from the mountain, and the fish cat jumping together, giving say hello and say good morning. Good morning. Boom. Boom. Sometimes they are going together. Boom. Very happy the catfish swimming together on the lake of Poso. After they are singing together, dancing together, wedding together. Yeah, wedding together, yeah. And then the fish preparing to lay down their eggs on the seashore. Is 100 kilometers, is it right, Ila? From the top of the mountain, the lake, then to the seashore?
70 kilometers.
70 kilometers. You can see right now the catfish jumping from the lake. Supaya kelihatan. Sometimes they get resting on the village of Ila for a little while. Lian. And then continue again. Until 7 days, the catfish arrive at the seashore of Poso. Bushing, hooray! Bushing, hooray! And then on the seashore, the catfish are laying down 1,000 billion their eggs
Hence one day the eggs become a little fish. Boom, brown, boom, brown, boom, brown. After the catfish giving their children for everyone on the village, and they are swimming and never, never, never coming back again. Alias is dead. You understand? Alias is dead. Yeah? Yeah, you understand. Alias is dead. Yeah? The mother I'm sorry to say the mother. The catfish already getting their age, then they are going too deep to die. Now we are telling a story about the little catfish. By the group, they are ready to coming back to the lake on the mountain. Let's go, let's go. Jing da dang dang, take a dang 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 dang, jig dang. Chung da dang dang, take a dang dum dum dum, jig dang. Chung da dang dang, take a dang dum dum dum, jig dang. But now there is a lot of problem. While they want to go to the mountain on the lake, because now beside the river there are a factory, fabric from German, I think one of them. Yeah, lot of chemical inside the land. So the company came from the China, from the Korea, from the German, not only from Indonesia. It is make it difficult for the little fish to climb into the lake. Even now they already made 3 dams on the river. Adam Bayambo, at least there are 2 or 3 children of the catfish can achieve the lake. Thousands and millions of them are ashore, are flying and come back to the sea for die. This is only my story. I hear from Lian last night. Then Lian now will tell the story from his picture. Please, Lian. Liana?
Thank you so much, Pak and Tom. So, in the Lake Poso, for us, Lake Poso is not only water when come together, but for us, lake is a part of the life. And now we have a problem because the lake facing the dam. Not only one, but now it's 2 and will be 4. Poso is also recognized as one of the conflict area in Indonesia. And because of the conflict, many villages lived by the people, and the water is starting to controlling by many rich people. Now in Poso, we not only controlling by the dam, but also by palm oil, maybe one of the oil you are cooking for dinner. And because of that, the women will not survive. And when the woman not survive, it means the life is not survive. So The picture is consists of the land. The soil is come from 23 villages in Poso, where the women come together to fight for their land and for the water and for the forest. To fight for the rights of land, water, and also forest, women come together from Muslims, Christians, Hindus, and many ethnicities. We established women's school. In the women's school, we're trying to remember again about what we have before the company come. And all the pieces of these things that now I put it in the picture is come from each of village, and each of these has a memories. For example, the bamboo. This bamboo has a long history of our architecture. This is the endemic of wood in Poso called black wood or ebony. And now it's almost gone because the forest is cutting for the palm oil. In the women's school, we learn together that the conflict is not for the religion's conflict, because in the beginning, conflict in Poso famous as a religion's conflict, but we then realized that the conflict is for the political and economic purpose. And now we think that after the village is left by the people, and when the village is left by the people, the company come. This is a chestnut from the forest. The company come and take the land, control the water, and we almost lost the forest. So now the women come together to reform the village. That's what we start with what we call as a village reform school. The women come from many different places to learn, but also to claim again their land, and also the water, and trying to preserve the forest. Why the picture is a ovarium? We call it as a nature ovarium because if we lost our forest, or if we lost the water, or if we lost the land, so it means the life will be gone. And ovarium, as you know, is part of our life. From ovarium, there is a life. This is a woman ovarium, and then from this, there is a life. So all these ingredients here is representing the life who come from water, also from forest, and from water. If we lose all of this, so it means there is nothing in life anymore. To involve women is really important in the fight of sustainability of the land, water, and also forest, because with this, with the women's involvement, so it means that the life is more possible to come back again. So this is the story of us. This is the story of women in Poso, Central Sulawesi, who fight together from different religious and ethnicity to claim again our land, to claim again our water, and to control again the forest, so there will be a life for all of us. And Another thing that now we are working with is to propose the geopark for the lake, because as you have had already heard before from PMTO, that the fish going for swimming for 30 kilometers, and then after give birth, she will die, and the children will come back to the lake, but they are not, maybe cannot come because of the dam. And the way how we want to change this, we propose a geopark, so the geopark can preserve the ecosystems in the lake, in the river, and also in the sea. Hopefully, we can protect all of our life, and it starts from women, it starts from us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Is there any? Yeah. So, hello, first of all. We are from the Zukunftsdorf 22, Zukunftsdorf 22. And first of all, I want to say thank you to Ismail, Chai, Gori, Ilham, Bunga, and the whole team of Jatiwangi crew. We're very, very thankful to be able to be here today. And especially thank you to Arif. Thank you to Arif for being so spontaneous, visiting us in our wandering living room, which was our starting program or our starting action to show and to be alive as a Zukunftsdorf 22. And there was a special feeling during that, which reminded me sitting there together in a village, like on a marketplace in my childhood, when all the old grandpas sit in a circle there, and it seemed like the world is okay, the world is all right. And that same or that similar feeling I had again in Kassel, in a big town, not a village, by us making the little wandering living room, and great things happen. So Arif came by and was so spontaneous and friendly and just sit with us, had some tea and some cookies, and that's how we met only 4 weeks from now, 4 weeks ago. And now already we can be here with you, and yeah, thank you very much.
Yes, we are a local initiative here from Kassel, and we are very proud to be invited here, because you come from the whole world here to Kassel and show and share with us. And we want to tell you a little bit about our initiative. It was 2 years ago that we heard about the motto of this Documenta, Lumbung. And we felt very inspired. And the desire arose to make visible during the Documenta how many and what good ideas and practical solutions for a change towards a culture of well-being already exist, also here in Kassel. our aim was to create and practice new mindful forms for living with nature, for building commons in diversity, and for a fair economy of the common goods. So we founded here in Kassel a network of more than 20 initiatives, such as Greenpeace, Food Sharing, Gemeinwohlökonomie, Essbare Stadt, and others, and started in a lively process about how such a place should be designed. With the help of people from the Cultural Office and the Documenta team and many, many working hands, now Zukunftsdorf became real.
One thing which is very important for us is we have rules how to interact towards each other. And we did not want to read the rules now. It's a 4-pager, but we thought it's perhaps a good idea that you, as an active partner, introduce yourself towards your neighbors with your name, ask your neighbors here how they are called, and thank your neighbor perhaps for participating in this great project where we are part from. You are invited to this right now. So my name is Gert. And what's your name? Osneinde. Yeah. So thank you, Osneinde, for participating in this project. It's a great thing what you yeah.
Share with us.
Yeah. Thank you for your presentation as well.
Thank you. Very nice to meet you.
Yeah. Thanks.
What is your name?
Gert.
Gert?
Gert. Yeah,
nice.
that sounds
It's a place to meet you.
Yeah, thank you. My name is Gert. I'm Gert. And your name?
Fausto. Fausto.
Fausto. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Fausto, for being here now.
Gracias, Fausto, por estar aquí. Okay. It's a thanks to you. Thanks to you too.
Thank you.
Jetzt habe ich 2 Bürgermeister kennengelernt.
Das geht ja fix. Ich glaube, wir brechen langsam ab, ne? Ja, genau. So, thank you all for this. It's very difficult and sorry for the interruption, but perhaps we could make that or take further at a later stage.
Hola, yo les quiero contar de la visión de la aldea del futuro en español. Nosotros queremos unir las fuerzas de transformación de Kassel para la sociedad y una buena vida para todos. En un lugar práctico de encuentro en el Zukunftsdorf 22, que significa la futura aldea 22. Y al hacer visibles y tangibles las soluciones a las cuestiones ecológicas, económicas y sociales de nuestro tiempo, abrimos oportunidades de participación, intercambio y encuentro. Y en la foto se ve la inauguración el pasado domingo en el Zukunftsdorf. Y ahí se ve gente de las iniciativas de la red que se está creando estos 100 días, pero esperemos que después de la Documenta se siga. Y les invitamos a todos a visitarnos para intercambiar, encontrarnos, aprender y compartir. Muchas gracias.
It is virtually immortal, can solve complex problems, shows amazing learning and communication abilities, and it shines with efficient networking. It is neither an animal nor a plant, but a blob. This single-celled yellow superorganism, Physarum polycephalum, questions everything humans think they know about intelligent life and is one of the oldest life forms on Earth. Even without a brain, it finds the shortest way out of a maze and can store and pass on knowledge. The Future Village 22 has been inspired by the blob and will itself act as one organism. The various initiatives and people in the village pool their expertise and use it in a collaborative way to solve complex problems.
And there's a lot of local knowledge here in Kassel. I also am here as part of the Dorf, the Village 22, and as Edible City, Essbare Stadt, a vision which is originated in Kassel 15 years ago. And this is our way of transforming the city also through gardening. We perceive like the city is our garden. And this is from the urban perspective, of course, but we need a connection with the rural, and we need food hubs maybe, and good new structures for bringing the food into the city. And what I think is the most important thing for a new rural agenda is we need much more trees again in the monocultures. So let's plant a lot of trees and see how we can change the structure. And yes, I brought just some okay, just some seeds for you or anybody who likes to take some seeds from local production can help himself here or herself. The sound of the seed. Different seeds here from local production, and also I wanted to bring in some soil from our garden to this pile. This is also soil from Kassel, I think. This is, as we live in the Anthropocene, we are we shall care for the earth care, and make our own earth also, make our own soil, our own compost. Everybody can, yes, we can store carbon into good soil. That's one good solution. Just finish with a little sound. Maybe hear the insects.
Well, hello, good afternoon. My name is Michael Hertwig. I represent ZKU, Zentrum für Kunst und Urbanistik, and especially the Beecoin project. I myself am one of the beekeepers. And so the project started basically as a collaboration of around 25 beekeepers who got sensor kits which were installed in the beehives, so to measure weight and temperature, humidity and so on, to collect data. And the idea is to create a common parliament of bees, human beings, and to give the bees and other pollinators a voice. The data are collected and projected into the cellar of the Ruru house. If you find time, on July the 2nd, there will be the second meeting of the bee holders and the delegates which represent bees and, of course, themselves. And you all are invited to join the project, become part of the DAO. So in a form that you can buy shares in form of bee coins, which the bees create. And in the session of the delegates, we will submit proposals. We collect proposals which are intended to help the bees thrive. It could be stipendiates for research, initiatives to plant bee-friendly plants, and yes, for educational purposes, of course. I'm not a very big speaker, as you may notice, so I want to keep it short. I want to invite you really all to come. July 2nd at 5 o'clock into Ruru House. July 2nd at 5 o'clock into Ruru House. There you can meet hopefully all the other members of the ZKU. Part of the team is still on the way on the water. They started in Berlin with a ship, the citizen ship, which is expected sometime in the near future during Documenta. Yes, so I myself, I'm a beekeeper, and we have a bee-centric approach. Long it was an anthropocentric approach where the demands of the humans were in the foreground. Now we want to try to listen to what the bees want, what the bees need, because you may have heard that they are in a very dire situation. They suffer from loss of habitat, from various poisons which are brought in by agriculture and various kinds of diseases. We are very happy that we can be part of the community which try to turn things around and to give the bees a new chance. And so I would like to keep it short and say thank you, and hopefully we can see you in Ruru House.
Well, dear delegates, human and non-human, we come from inland, and while we are here, our friends and colleagues Nel, Carolina, and Mohamed are with the flock of sheep of inland in the mountains and running the Seer Shepherd School. The year is very warm for being this beginning of the season, and the pastures are very scarce. We also see the difficulty on moving the flocks from wild to wild, and we wanted to just share with you a reminder of the wealth that the pastoralist culture and the pastoralist forms of life share with us. This wool, which is actually from a local breed of sheep, the Graue Gehörnte Heidschnucken, it's considered waste, as most of the wool in Europe is thrown away and has no real value. So at the same time, we very much appreciate the qualities of that gift, as well as the other gifts that we get from the animals we live in. These same days as well, our Maasai brothers and sisters are being evicted from Loliondo in Tanzania for Meika National Park and a safari tourism new project. And this is an example of what we are trying also to highlight and to support each other within the Alliance of Nomadic and Pastoralist Peoples. So I think that the vision we have to bring to the neoliberal agenda is to consider that many of our mountains, many of our territories are to be lived in symbiosis with the livestock. And that's why we are also working internationally with, for example, within the United Nations system to make 2026 to be the international year of rangelands and pastoralism. There are many aspects that we have to work at that level, global level, and I think that I hope the neoliberal agenda also, it's another parallel process to that is for sure giving much more hope than the realities we see in the everyday within the official United Nations systems that very often is being co-opted, as we saw with the recent UN Forum for Food Systems that has been progressively replacing and displacing the voice of peasant and pastoralist communities and placing in a more central position corporate actors and the stakeholders that are really at this moment like being more part of the problem than the solution. So apart from the sheep, we also work with bees, and we are going to share with you a sound piece we make with our apiary that is both a place to produce honey as well as a place for healing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Hussam, as well. And thank you, Birgitte and Michael, for hosting us, the Inland Academy, these days in their land with their ship. Thank you so much.
Bonjour à tous. Moi, c'est Cédar Tamassala. Voici mon collègue Mathieu Kassiama. Nous représentons à nous deux notre collectif d'artistes, notre coopérative basée en République démocratique du Congo, les CATPC, le Cercle d'art des travailleurs des plantations congolaises, une initiative qui a vu le jour en 2014 et qui consiste à acheter la terre à travers l'art, notre art, que vous pouvez voir. Cette sculpture, faite par une de nos collègues, qui est une femme, Irène Kanga, cette sculpture parle justement d'un viol, un viol qui a été fait par un colon blanc, un colon européen, belge, sur une femme pendée. Ok. Je vous en prie.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Here we have our friends from Congo who are representing their collective that is about the project they are going to present. And this is, their collective has been set up in 2014. And for this, they would like to present you a product that has been made by one of their colleagues who is not here. And it shows a harassment, sexual harassment that has been carried out by one settler, a Western settler, onto a Congolese woman.
Oui.
Rape.
Oui. Irène Kanga, qui a fait cette sculpture, nous parle de Irène Kanga, qui est notre collègue dans le groupe. Elle parle de cette révolte qui a été à l'origine de ce viol d'un agent territorial belge qui s'appelait Maximilien Ballot en 1931 dans le village Kilamba.
So this has been the start of a revolution against this rape that has been carried out by one of the Belgians, and it started in 1931.
Cette sculpture à elle seule reflète le genre de relations d'inégalité qui peut exister entre ceux qui ont le pouvoir et ceux qui n'en ont pas.
And this kind of thing showcases the inegalities that can exist between the people who have power and the ones who are under their leadership.
À l'issue de ce viol, le peuple s'était révolté et avait attrapé le monsieur et l'avait tué et a départagé son corps en morceaux pour le donner en trophée, donc distribuer en trophée à toutes les tribus qui étaient présentes à cette révolte-là.
Unfortunately, after this rape, the community has decided to kill the person and to cut the person into pieces and to be able to share the different species among the communities.
Le Sanga où nous vivons là, est une ancienne plantation d'huile de palme tenue par les multinationales.
So this company was held by some multinationals, Umutanga.
Ces multinationales ont pris en otage la terre et n'ont pas laissé de rêve à la population locale.
Unfortunately, these multinational companies have grabbed all the lands and have not given any chance for the community to dream about having a better life.
Je veux souligner que cette sculpture est faite en chocolat, en cacao, en huile de palme et en sucre, des produits des plantations où nous vivons, une explantation d'huile de
So
palme.
this sculpture has been made by using the different products they have from the plantation, cocoa, and then oil, and then all the stuff they have planted in the plantation.
À travers les revenus de notre art vendu, nous avons pu aujourd'hui atteindre 95 hectares pour 25 membres, vieux et jeunes, hommes et femmes, notre collectif qui veut se prendre en charge et prendre son destin en main.
And thanks to the sales we have made, we have been able to secure some acres with 25 people, youngsters and elders, to be able to work on sustaining our collective.
Et à travers cette sculpture, nous allons bientôt vous présenter une performance qui va nous mettre au courant de la relation que nous avons avec notre terre que nous venons de racheter, cette terre que nous rachetons, que nous restaurons, que nous mettons, la terre qui est devenue aride avec la monoculture, que nous sommes en train de restaurer, planter plein de forêts, une multitude d'arbres pour fuir la monoculture et ramener la biodiversité qui existait avant qu'on coupe la forêt pour imposer cette monoculture et le travail forcé qui nous a fait souffrir.
And right now we are going to showcase how on this sculpture how we have been able to proceed and to do away with the monoculture, which is the using only one seed. So we are going to show you how we have developed new initiatives to be able to develop so many things and to plant various trees to be able to bring back biodiversity, conservation of the nature, based on the different processes that we are going to show you right now on this sculpture.
Sans plus tarder, nous passons à l'acte.
Ladies and gentlemen, there we go to show you how we did proceed. Thank you.
Thank you very much for coming to this interview at Collaboratory Radio. First of all, we would like you to introduce yourself to the audience. What is your name and what would you like to tell us about yourself?
Aquí en México, en muchas regiones de México, me conocen por el color, la forma y el aroma de mis flores, y sobre todo por la relación con los inframundos, con los muertos, con los aromas que llaman a los espíritus. Y en nuestro caso, pues empezamos a ser cultivadas y domesticadas por humanos hace mucho tiempo, ¿no? Y ya, pues el resto ya es pues cosa del sol, del agua, de los insectos, de la tierra, lo normal.
So tell me more about your forms, textures, aromas, or like let us know for the people that has never met you before.
Basically, I need humidity. I'm basically everywhere, but I can only be green when there is a lot of water and a lot of nutrients in the soil. I'm a plant that can grow almost in places where other plants cannot grow. Animals like cows, sheep, horses, they live around and they eat me.
Tell us something about your territory. Where do you live, grew up, or inhabited? Could you share a story or anecdote of the places?
Pues yo soy un huizache de mi familia crece por todo el norte de Guanajuato. No sé si ustedes me conozcan, si me hayan visto alguna vez. Soy una especie de arbolito que crece un poco bajo, tengo muchas espinas, pero pues soy bastante inofensivo. Me gusta mucho el calor. Casi no me gusta tanto el agua, no lo necesito tanto, puedo aguantar mucho. somos una familia bastante aguantadora y pues por esas regiones de la que es mi familia, pues me gusta a mí dar asilo a unos escarabajos muy grandes y de muchos colores, que hacen unos sonidos que a veces, incluso en sí mismos, son muy vistosos y a veces espantan.
Can you tell us a little about your relationship with humans and other living beings, animate and inanimate organisms?
I underestimated my ability to adapt to different environments. But I just grow up together with other plants that are the same as me. So that's why sometimes it's a little bit boring. And so that's maybe why I should learn from this idea that I can grow in different environments and then maybe share my life with some other plants.
How's your relationship with other beings, with other organisms that are around you?
I have a really good relationship with the plants around me because as all the legumes, I capture the new nitrogen from that air and then bring it back to the soil, which the other plants can use. And yeah, so we help each other, and I am the source of nitrogen for them, and I get support from them, water from them, and all the other organisms.
Mm-hmm.
Could you share your species conceptions of community, reciprocity, and mutual aid?
I am really passionate about this idea that I can give a source of protein and the amino acids that you mentioned to the humans, and I can be a huge substitute for protein that people use from animal products. But what worries me is, as you said, the deforestation, because even though I'm substitute for animal product, I am still used in animal farming. And the other is this fashion, like I don't have to be the only available food for meat substitute. I'm really happy when humans have a relationship with me since generations, and I see in different parts of the world they are making really tasty experience out of me, and I would really like all the humans to ask themselves what are they growing, what are they eating, and also think about the environmental impact they are creating because of me, that I don't want to be a part of the source of climate change. And how do you say? Deforestations of Amazonia and not any other forest.
Okay, thank you very much for this really nice interview, and hope to see you soon.
Hope to see you soon.
Merci beaucoup. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and we are happy to be here this morning to talk about our practice. And this morning, our little performance was how to make tea, because we have in Malian society what we call the tea ceremony. On all the street corners in Mali, in families and between communities, we have this tea ceremony that allows to grow and to strengthen social cohesion in the country. So this is very important for us. And I invite you to test this tea that calls for the values of Maya. Maya is a local value around which we are working on our organization, which is the Foundation Festival sur le Niger. It's an organization based in Ségou. Ségou is 200 kilometers from the capital city. And all our work is based on these values of solidarity, sharing, respect for others, and humor. And I also invite you to go to Hubner, where is our venue, where you will find all the richness of Malian culture in one place with contemporary and traditional art.
And the foundation was created in 2009 after the creation of the festival, which is an annual festival based, as I said, on local Maya values. And it's a festival that works a lot with communities, local communities, because for us it is important to have this connection with the local communities and to work for them. And all the communities are in all the life cycle of the festival, of the organization, and they work hard for it. Also, we are working with a collective of artists from different regions of Mali within our organization. So this is a little bit what I want to tell about the Maya value. And to talk deeply about the tea ceremony, it's a ceremony, as I said, that takes place every day in Mali. We call it Malian tea, but the tea actually doesn't come from Mali. It comes from China, but has the practice is very well developed in Mali. We call it Malian tea. So it's you can see these small packets of tea, and you can have big ones, and this can be used for a group of 5 people in the corner of the street. And during the tea ceremony, there are always discussions about culture, the life of the nation, and even the life in our families. So this is very important. So it's a place of gathering, a place of hospitality, where people can come and discuss informally, like here in the New Rural Agenda space. They come and discuss informally. And when you are around the tea ceremony, there is no social status. Everybody has the same level, and you are allowed to talk to everybody in the same way. So I don't know, I'm here with the mayor of Ségou, who I want him to talk a little bit about the Maya values. Monsieur le maire, je vous invite à parler un peu des valeurs du Maya en tant que Ségouvien. So thank you to the mayor. I think he made the trip to Kassel in order to support our organization. Merci.
Bonsoir. Ok. Je me nomme Noun Diara. Je suis le maire de la commune urbaine de Ségou. Et comme il vous l'a dit tout de suite, Maya, c'est ce concept que nous avons culturel de chez nous qui constitue à créer la fraternité, à créer l'amour des peuples autour des différents, comme vous voyez, le thé, du blond, comme vous l'avez entendu, c'est que vous avez le vestibule que nous avons transporté ici à travers le festival sur le Niger, la fondation Festival sur le Niger qui est dans la communauté de Lumbung, que je salue ici. Donc nous sommes venus soutenir ce projet, et ce projet qui aujourd'hui, par lequel nous tentons de donner le message, la fraternité, de la paix qui est importante, que nous pouvons avoir à travers la terre, comme on l'a si bien dit ici, parce que blond, le vestibule, c'est l'entrée de la maison, c'est construit avec du banco. C'est comme pour dire qu'avec la terre, nous venons de la terre et nous retournons à la terre et nous devons tout faire pour sauvegarder la terre qui nous est utile pour beaucoup de raisons. Et qu'en tant qu'autorité politique, nous n'avons d'autre choix que de soutenir la culture à travers tout ce que nos artistes, nos artisans peuvent faire, nos artisans culturels, et à travers tout le monde, surtout Documenta 15 que je salue ici pour avoir fait un clin d'œil à la Fondation Festival sur le Niger et à travers le concept Maya, la fraternité, l'amour, la paix, tout ce qui s'est construit sur l'humanité pour que l'humanité puisse toujours perdurer dans ce monde. Merci.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Here we have the mayor of Ségou who flew away from Bamako down here to Kassel to be able to take part in this very important ceremony. And as I said before, the tea ceremony is very important, and we brought it in the context of our Maya entrepreneurship and then the Blue which includes and encompasses the different elements of sharing, being together, living together, and also the brotherhood of building peace among the different communities, and also has a local authority. All they can do is to be able to support this, because it goes in hand, in line with all this lumbunging, and that's all about sharing the values and also building a sustainable relationship. And as we have demonstrated down here, the importance of earth and the soil, as we say in our jargon, everybody is made from the soil, and one day everybody will return to the soil. So it's very important. So we are very, very happy to be part of this via our partner, our Maya entrepreneurship, and to be able to bring a new blood and to be able to contribute also to the evolution of the international culture as such.
Thank you, Barry. So I will just sum up a little bit to say that when we say sometimes Fondation Festival sur le Niger, people think that it's about the country Niger. Actually, it's Mali in West Africa. We are neighbors of Niger, but Niger here is the river Niger, which goes from the southern part of Mali to the northern part. It's an important tool for economic values in the country. And this river is being threatened by many aspects caused by human beings. That's why we decided to call our festival Festival sur le Niger, in order to protect this river and to protect also environment. Because for us, protecting environment is very important in our society. So the festival is also very committed to the protection of environment. And the festival, from a music festival, has now created many other structures for the promotion of arts and culture and the promotion of Maya entrepreneurship. And we have the Centre Culturel Corée, which has an annual programming on different arts aspects. And also we have a training institute where we are teaching what we call Maya entrepreneurship, a mix of classical entrepreneurship and Maya values. So this is what I wanted to add to this. And I thank you again. And we invite you to visit our exhibition at Hubner to see all the richness of Malian diversity. Thank you very much.
Okay. Hello everybody. My name is Eka. I come from Flores Island, a little island, the southeast Indonesia. Here I'm making such a harvesting of this chapter, and I'm going to read my reflection, literal reflection, based on what I'm doing with my friends in Flores and what I found here during the summit. I start. 1. In 1992, a 6.8 earthquake and tsunami on the Richter scale hit Flores. In total, 2,080 people died. In this large number, Maumere, my hometown, suffered the worst destruction. Around 1,490 people died. In addition, around 28,180 houses, 785 school buildings, 307 mosques and churches, as well as 403 shophouse and office was destroyed. For more than 3 months, Maumere was like a dead city, dark and eerie. In 1992, with a lower population than today, the number was so significant. In 2017, we created a small art project to commemorate the 25th anniversary of the Flores earthquake and tsunami. At the time, we met people of Kampung Wuring, a Bajo Bugis community that has been living and settled since the early of 16th century. Wuring is a fishing village. It is located on the north coast of the Flores Sea. It had grown up as a transit point for Bajo and Bugis traders before the Portuguese and then the Dutch occupied this area and gave it name Maumere. Long before Maumere became the new urban area as it is today, the people of Kampung Wuring has built their houses in the sea. Most of them live as fishermen and traders until now. Actually, after the tsunami, Kampung Wuring has been defined as a red zone, a forbidden place to live. Various studies and theories place the area as an uninhabitable place. They were forced to move. Various international assistance from various NGOs tried to facilitate them to start a new life, living in higher places with different houses and yards to cultivate as field. However, they refused and keep coming back. They still live there in the red zone, the line with the way of life that has been lived by their ancestors. 2. For the Wuring people, the sea is their mother. The ocean is their breath of life. The canoe was their only treasure. For them, there is no hometown because their whole life is a journey. If today they live and settle, it is just a stopover. But moving Wuring people from the sea coast to live and settle on lands is like sending fish to fly in the air. Moving the Wuring people is not only about moving humans. Moving Wuring people is also transferring a reference to the value system, a sense of feeling, a form of reference for forming patterns of thoughts and daily behavior, understanding oneself, others, natures, and the highest being in the cosmos. Moving the Wuring people also changes the way they live, the way they manage natural resources, and the way they build their own civilization and culture. From story of Wuring and all our friends, we learn one thing in common. Humans, plants, mountains, soil, water, air, and everything else in the universe are the cornerstone that support the system that we know as life itself. The Serene Lake of Poso, there are stories of women managing traditions and life. There is a struggle to fight not only ecological damage, but also the patriarchal system that limits the existence of human to make change and make progress for themselves and their society. Furthermore, from the fragrant aroma of Mama Fun's cooking, there is an effort to protect generation to generations with art increasingly vulnerable to losing food sources from their own closest environment. There is an anthem to fight against the larger system of the market, which in various ways saps and changing people consumption patterns. Food, this in itself, is an inclusive meeting space where various entities meet, forming a harmony. Yadi's voice, the same harmony through Kadek's songs, asking all of us to imagine one thing. What will happen to Indonesia and the world if Kalimantan, one of the world's lungs, loses its forests about 3 to 6 football fields every year because of the occupation of transnational investors who turn forests into palm oil industry. In the same case, will we still have the opportunity to hear the harmony of bees and various insects? Do we still have time to feel the dew in the morning? Can we still enjoy mushrooms or fresh coconut water? Do we still have a future? It could be true that culture keeps in a tension between understanding and interpreting nature or conquering its determination up to the limits that humans cannot imagine. 3. In the same time, I am standing here as a part of a small group of young people in Flores who feel far from tradition as well as modernism. We formed the Flores Youth Initiative meeting as a forum to share ideas, capital, issues, and potential that we have to be a source of mutual wealth to support our perspective work. Colonialism that lasted for centuries in our area, changing hands from the European country to another, and then to Japan, and perhaps to our own country, Indonesia, if we have the slightest suspicion that nationalism, just like modernism, is another dark side of colonialism itself. Colonialism put us at the crossroad, or space between, or with my call, we are here and now, hit unmud. Colonialism burned down traditional houses and established schools, which gave us various knowledge and skills. Colonialism destroyed poetry and oral verses from the mouths of our ancestors and replaced them with literary works. Colonialism destroyed traditional ritual altars and replaced them with foreign religion. Colonialism stopped bodies from singing and dancing the traditional dances and replaced them with modern orchestra and performance. We, the young generation in Flores today, live in the intention to dig up our own history and tradition from the rubble of war and occupation of the earth and the culture of our ancestors. And at the same time, we learn a variety of modern colonialism and skills to connect us with wider world, establish communication with fellow young generation in other parts of the world with today's issue, which are contextual in our respective areas. Identification as a process of getting to know the situations we are in and negotiating on things that we are not fully familiar with cannot be avoided. Our efforts are not much different from those of our friends who attended today's conference, those who are documenting, archiving, and managing local resources at our disposal to provide knowledge, our position to stand for, to then talk and communicate to the world. We rewrite our poems, explore historical records to various archive, sing and compose folk songs, document local recipes, and many other things. At the same time, we must be ready to negotiate with industrialization in various sectors that has come uninvented, the globalization of the media, the rapid flow of information to global tourism, which is highly consumptive. If power is closely related to knowledge, then what we do is build our own knowledge base to build resiliency to the various changes that are happening. What we do is to build our own database, our lumbung of resources to store and be used for the development of the closest and smallest communities in our circle and wider. Because local data and knowledge, local resources could be our last defense. When the new colonialism has been started by the capitalist economic system, when neoliberals have found another articulations in data occupation and the expansion of digital products. Even though we still don't know what is the limit to the time for surviving and adapting. It's not because we can't afford it, but maybe because we don't have enough power or capital or access. Everything changes. All that remains is resistance. The last. On another layer, I and probably most of you here are artists, art appreciators, who, with the various mediums we use, cannot only always write about ourselves. We also cannot avoid writing about others, the other. Presentation and representation are two sides of the same coin that are not always easy to talk about, or really can or don't need to be. Is it enough to just talk about what we've done? Do I have enough power to talk about others? Is it precisely by talking about something else that I actually control it for my own benefit? Do all the things we do today have only one rational reason for one advantage? Preserving the survival of the creatures called humans. Because there is a lot of irony around this. While local wisdom continues to be lauded as a tradition that needs to be preserved and passed on, its material spiritual references are falling apart. Communication and interpersonal relationships are never considered. Apparently, it is not the local tradition itself that wants to be defended, but the image of local tradition that is easier to put into performance. If politics of identity is not enough to support the conversation about us, to manifest us, maybe it is time to move beyond thinking about a form of politics of solidarity, which brings respect and honor of coexistence, ecosystem, and sharing capital as part of its principle. To go beyond the wants of history, to stay alert to the future challenges, standing on today in the place where we belong. Thank you.
Kokorinya, maye, kokorinya, maye.
From an impromptu orchestra, we have two little instruments here. One, Anaim from where she lives in Patagonia, is made of earth from the Nahuel Huapi Lake. And then Jatiwangi was distributing these little whistles. So these ones made by the Mapuche people in the south of Argentina, they usually use them in celebrations to call the birds to join in. So now we would like you all to join in and we will walk towards the chapter 3.
Yeah. Please following Anahi. All the participants can stand in the stairs in the front of Fridericianum.
Don't throw, huh? Yeah. Don't throw away. Let's read in the Dutch. This one in Dutch. These three points.
Check.
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 Okay.
I don't understand it.
Check, check. Okay, everyone with the paper. So we are going to read the Charter of the Penghuni Bumi. This is the agenda, the result of our summit. So kalian who wear the red clothes will read the 3 points as you see in here in English. So and after she said the first point, we follow with our own language. So you just translate it quickly and freestyle actually. And then kalian will say another point, the next point, and we will follow again. And after the 3 point finish, kalian will continue with the half result to combine our efforts and we will continue with the rampak genteng. Okay? Any question? Okay. We, the inhabitants of the earth that have been striving sustainable living spaces, believe that the locals' critical ability to work with their surrounding local resources have been successful in generating a cultural capital that could solve various problems in their environment. The composition of the knowledge of grassroots communities and the other than human stakeholders of the earth, the spiritual, the various senses between generation and gender has been generating collective power in dealing with social and ecological issues. The rural has proven throughout the times and recently, again during the COVID-19 pandemic, to be ideal spaces to start working on our shared future. Yet, we believe the rural is not a fixed territory and it is how it is. Rural, in truth, is a locus that needs to be realized, understood, and created. The collective as a system where circular and regenerative ways of development are experimented with in contrast to the linear thinking and growth focus models in neoliberal societies that has proven to be too extractive to earth and its communities.
And for these ends, 1, we commit to positioning rural in the front line and to practicing the cultural dimension as an important paradigm of living sustainable in the world.
Comprometemos a posicionar lo rural, darle prioridad y practicar la dimensión cultural como un paradigma importante para vivir en el mundo de manera sustentable.
Two, to go for resources based on the commons, inclusive to varieties of humans and other than human stakeholders as a way out of the neoliberal crisis.
Administrar recursos basados en lo común, incluyendo las variedades de humanos y otros humanos como modo de salir de esta crisis.
Three, to perform collectivity as a network through which we protect, respect, and exchange conversation with each other on the topic of diversity in the working with resources and the culture as a reference to sustainability.
Realizar la colectividad como una red a través de la cual protegemos, respetamos e intercambiamos conversaciones entre nosotros sobre los temas de la diversidad en el trabajo, con recursos y la cultura como referencia para la sostenibilidad.
Have resolved to combine our efforts to accomplish these aims. Accordingly, through the earth, inhabitants assembled in the city of Kassel agree to present the Charter of Martabat Penghuni Bumi and hereby commit to further the new rural agenda. Kassel, 24th of June 2022.
Now, I will invite the mandate receiver, the mayor of Segu, please come to here to receiving the mandate of New Rural Agenda, the mayor of Majalengka, and then from UNESCO Indonesia, from the UNESCO Germany, from Goethe Institute, from Sitzingdun, and from other embassies. Yeah, please. Here, and I will invite Gingi from Jatiwangi Factory to delivering the mandate of the New Rural Agenda here. Maybe we can touch together. Here's this one. And I will invite Gingi. Yeah, here, yeah. So, I know maybe you can say something and then you can guiding to the procession.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bapak Ibu yang saya muliakan, semoga dunia ini bisa kita sama-sama muliakan. Kami menitipkan kepada Bapak Ibu semua martabat penghuni bumi karena kami yakin bahwa kapasitas Bapak Ibu semua sebagai para pemimpin kami itu lebih kuat daripada kami. Kami mohon untuk diteruskan menjadi sebuah rencana besar bagi dunia ini. Terima kasih. Yes. Ambil satu-satu. Mohon diangkat ke atas. Saya serahkan ini kepada Teddy Nurmanto untuk memulai rampak genteng Kassel 2022 Documenta 15. Ready, 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 ringing the rooftop. Everyone can join, you can take the rooftop in front of you and ringing 10, they spread to the world. Are you ready? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, go! Louder, 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 please, louder! One, two, three, go!
bell, ring your bell. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go! Tempo, 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 tempo. Yeah. Let's restart again from the beginning. You still remember?
Let's go.
Let's go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go. Faster, faster. bercahaya membawa semua kebaikan. Yo, clap your hand. Langit bercahaya membawa semua kebaikan, keberkahan. Langit bercahaya membawa semua kebaikan, keberkahan. Langit bercahaya membawa semua kebaikan, keberkahan. Langit bercahaya membawa semua kebaikan, oh. Langit bercahaya membawa semua kebaikan, keberkahan.
Louder, 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 louder. Documenta Fifteen. Yurura Wakenda Rampak Kete. Thank you everyone to spend your energy, spend your time to play music with us here. Thank you everyone. I'm Teddy Durmanto from Jatiwangi, Indonesia. Greeting for you all here. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching us here. Thank you for Summit Neural Agenda. Thank you for Tone Direct to help us for sound system here. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.